Hello and welcome to Chasing Green Arrows. I have my co-host back, Mr. Abraziz. How are you doing?
Good. It's great to be back.
Yeah, and with you, the Premier League is back. New season, different conditions. COVID is still going on, but the league is back. You excited?
Very excited.
Uh,
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So I was thinking today we'll do the game week one predictions. Some big teams not playing. The biggest club in England, Manchester United, is not playing, and Manchester City as well is not playing. But
The
let's
biggest.
let's crack on with the predictions. The first game is between two mid-table clubs. A newly promoted club versus a mid-table club. Fulham versus Arsenal. What is your prediction for this game?
You can make all these jokes now if you want, bro. But we'll talk at the end of the season again.
You're 9 out of 20 is mid-table, right?
You're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm very excited for this Arsenal. I mean, you know how much of a big fan I am of Arsenal. I mean, there's nothing that I say that will change that. But I'm a big Arsenal fan. I'm very excited for this season. I think that we made some couple of really good signings. I'm still waiting on that Orbach contract extension, but I think that's just a matter of formality. I think there's probably just a couple of small things that they're trying to figure out. But I'm very excited for this Arsenal team. I'm going to go.
Is he going to play?
Arsenal. Yeah. He's going to play. He's been playing the pre-week, the midweek games, and the preseason.
Look, he still has time on his old contract.
Yeah. He has the season. He still has. He's going to be free agent next season, so he has this full season left. So he's definitely playing, and I'm going with the 3-1 Arsenal victory.
3-1 or 3-0?
3-1.
3-1 Arsenal victory. I think there's going to be lack of fans. Fulham will miss that newly promoted side. I think Craven Cottage is also always a brilliant atmosphere. Yeah. Nice stadium to go to as well. But I think they'll miss the fans. Arsenal have been in really good form ending that last season. Probably, I think Arsenal 2-1.
Okay. Fair enough.
And moving on to the next game, Crystal Palace versus Southampton. Zaha is still in Crystal Palace, man.
That it is surprising, but I guess his fees and because of the situation of the COVID factor that is involved, I think people are not willing to pay that kind of price. The price tag that's on him, they're not willing to pay. I mean, maybe he is ruining the fact that he did sign a recent contract extension, so that makes it harder for other teams to kind of put that money to buy him. But he is still in Crystal Palace. But Crystal Palace again. Like we said, I mean, this is a very lower mid-table club. They're going to finish 14-15. They're probably going to be fighting relegation for a while, and Roy Hodgson's going to pull them out of there. But I don't see much happen to this new Crystal Palace team. I think they're going to just stay where they were. Southampton, in terms of against Crystal Palace, will be the better team. I think 2-1 to Southampton.
Going 2-1 Southampton.
Yes, sir.
All right, and I'll probably go Crystal Palace 2-1. I just feel Zaha needs to perform. I think he'll probably play striker. I think they play two up front. So I feel there'll be some goals in this game. I'm just going with 2-1 Crystal Palace.
Yep. And I think if Zaha really wants some team coming after him strongly, he needs to perform, and he has a couple of weeks to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the window is open till the 6th of October. Right?
Yeah.
So first couple of games.
He needs to get that consistency into his game. He has the talent. I think he's a good player, but he needs to get that consistency. And if he can start off with a bang, then I'm sure there'll be some teams before that window ends showing some interest. Yeah, for sure. And the defending champions are playing newly promoted side Leeds. I don't like both teams, but
but that makes it a really interesting game, right? Both these sneaky teams, with due respect to them, but Leeds coming out, the newly promoted, they have one of the most tactically great managers in Bisla, but Liverpool, of course, we've seen what they can do. They've done it over the past couple of seasons. They've been really consistent. They've been really strong. Gonna go with a little bit of surprise here. 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw at home in Anfield.
Yes, sir. Just gonna go with a little bit of
surprise. There's actually a lot of talk about this Leeds team. A lot of talk. People are saying they're gonna be a mid-table. They're not even gonna get relegated. There's a lot of talk they're gonna compete.
I don't think they'll get relegated too. I honestly think that
they've already signed Rodrigo as well. They have a good squad.
Yeah, they have a good squad. They have a great manager. it's just in terms of tactical, from what we've known, he's probably not the greatest man manager out there, but at least he's a very tactical guy,
And a good team to watch.
And a good team to watch, and the Leeds team respects this guy, right? So he's obviously out there to kind of prove a point. I honestly have good expectations from Leeds this season, and I think that there will be a thorn in a lot of these big team flashes. I honestly think that they will. They might not be great against some of the lower teams, which you expect them to win, but I think they'll be a real threat against the bigger teams because they'll be up against it. So it'll be a good game, it'll be one of those teams that I'll really follow closely, apart from, of course, Arsenal. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. That's why I'm just going to go. The first game out there, they're going to come out all guns blazing. They're going to just, take the Premier League by storm with a 1-1 draw against the reigning champions. It'll be interesting.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk about Leeds, so your points are valid. But I'll just go. I think Liverpool, they need to start off really strong because City will be coming for them this season. Definitely, after what happened last season, Guardiola will be itching to go, and I think he'll have his guys ready. So Liverpool need to start off strong. So, and I think they have the squad. They have their starting 11 is amazing. So if everyone is fit, I think it should be. Let's go with a 3-1 victory for Liverpool.
I wouldn't be surprised one bit if that happens, but I just wanted to put a surprise over there. A couple more surprises coming your way.
Taking a punt, but that's good. And moving on to West Ham versus Newcastle.
Newcastle has gotten a couple of guys from the relegated Bournemouth team. They've gotten Wilson and Fraser, I think, from there.
Yeah, man.
Those are good signings for Newcastle, and I think Newcastle is looking.
And they both gel together. You've seen in fantasy football, assist by Fraser, goal by Wilson. They have good chemistry.
It happens all the time, and that's good signing by Newcastle. I mean, those are the two better players in the Bournemouth team that unfortunately got relegated. But I'm just gonna go. I honestly think Newcastle will again will do okay this season. They'll be somewhere in the mid table again. So I'm gonna go with a 2-1 victory for Newcastle.
2-1 for Newcastle.
Yeah.
I'll probably go with 2-1 West Ham. Antonio, just don't want to copy you. But yeah, I think West Ham playing at home, there's no crowd or anything, but I think they impressed me in the last few games of last season, especially the way they played against Chelsea. They were impressive. Antonio up front looks good, but they'll need to start off strong. They want to perform better than they did last year. Last year they were at the bottom. But I think they'll want to be pushing for that European spot, like that 8th, 7th.
They're going to need a couple of signings, and I don't see that happening. So I just don't think that they may be able to challenge.
Fair enough. Yeah. And Newcastle have signed, so your prediction looks more likely. But yeah, fair enough. Moving on. Another newly promoted side, West Brom, taking on Leicester City.
Yeah, a lot of people are writing this Leicester City team off. And rightly so. I mean,
how many more goals does Vardy have left in him, man? Tell me that.
He has a season. I think another season, and this is gonna
again all guns blazing. Would you have him in your team, FPL team,
fantasy team? Yeah, absolutely.
So you think he's gonna perform?
I think this is going to be another season that he performs.
And Maddison is still not fit.
Madison is still not fit, I think. Yeah, I don't think he's still
that
fit.
will be crucial. I think they need him. You saw how they capitulated last season.
They've also lost Chilwell. Now he's going to now that he's going to Chelsea. But just the fact that Leicester really underperformed after the lockdown and the restart after that, they really should have made the top 4. They weren't able to, and United of course United performed well, but it was also a lot of Leicester's doing in terms of them underperforming in the games that they could have won. Then that gave United a chance, and they took it, which is fair play to United. But this Leicester team is being written off because of that performance. But I honestly think that Leicester has another season left in him, and I think that Vardy has another season left in him, and if he can really score those goals, I think they might obviously not make the top 4. I don't think that they have the capabilities of that, but I don't think that they will be a team that can be written off very easily. So they will win these kind of games. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 Leicester win. 2-1
Leicester win. Yeah, I think I'd probably go with 3-1 Leicester. I think West Brom will be a bit slow off the blocks. Yeah. Vardy, like you said, probably has another year left in him. Probably will go all guns blazing. And they've also signed a defender as well, Castagna. I forgot his name, but I don't know how to pronounce his name. But they've signed a defender as well, Leicester. So it'll be interesting to see. I think they probably need a couple more signings if they want to compete, but they'll still be a really good mid-table team. They will trouble the big teams. I think I'll go with the 3-1 Leicester. And moving on, the best team in North London taking on the best team in Merseyside. It's Spurs versus Everton. Your prediction for that game?
I'm going to completely ignore
that I put that,
huh? I knew you would say something, but I should have known that was coming. But I honestly think that this Everton team is someone that I'm looking forward to watching. They have
really good signings, man.
Very good signings. I mean, James Rodriguez, he's just 28, 29 years old, and he's a fine player. And they had a decent team as well last year. And it's Carlo Ancelotti's first season with them.
Very good coach.
He kind of brings in that level of respect that and he's a proven coach that has won umpteen number of titles, so he's not gonna sit down and take a mid-table position and just be happy with it. He's going to challenge, and that's why they brought him over there, right? So I honestly think that Everton will also be one of those teams to watch out for, and they will beat Tottenham. Maybe a little bit of bias talking, but they will beat this Tottenham side to 1-0.
1-0, huh? I think even along with I think after Chelsea, maybe even Leeds to a certain extent, but I think Everton probably did one of the best, they did the best in the transfer market in terms of signings. Like after Chelsea, probably some solid signings. Ancelotti is getting what he wants, and it's good to see the club backing him. Like these kind of clubs, you don't see that really.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I think it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how he gels, how the players gel and everything. But this Everton team will spring up a few surprises. But I'm going with 2-1 Tottenham Hotspur win. Harry Kane. It's not August, bro. It's September. Kane's gonna score.
Fair enough. I wouldn't be surprised with that kind of result, but I'm expecting Tottenham to finish in the bottom half of the table.
I'll hold you on that. But so you said 1-0, right?
1-0 Everton.
Yeah, one. And Tottenham, just to briefly touch on them, Mourinho, man, like I don't know, does he have left in him at least a trophy like a Carling Cup, FA Cup? Do you see this Tottenham squad? They haven't made too many reinforcements. They got a good defender in Doherty. But do you see them challenging again? Do you see them capitulating? Honestly, without.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm going to try and be as unbiased as I possibly can in this one. But in my opinion, as I've seen Mourinho as a coach for a lot of years right now, and if you don't give Mourinho what he wants, he's going to start becoming very cranky. He's going to start becoming very annoying about it.
Is he getting what he wants though?
That's what I'm saying. He's probably not, in my opinion. I don't know if this was something that was discussed with him initially when they sacked Poch and they got him in. They told him that, you might not be able to get what you want and everything. And this is what you have to work with. And he agreed to it. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. But he's the kind of player he's the kind of manager that wants a certain kind of team. And we didn't see that much of it happen in the towards the end of last season. So I'm going to be surprised if I think that's going to be a problem for this Tottenham team. If Mourinho starts sulking, that we've seen him do, that could really be a problem for this team. But if he can create a little bit of an inspired situation that he created with Porto or something of the sort, I mean, he can bring back those old days. He's a great manager. He just needs to kind of put his ego aside and really, work with what he's got. He has a capability. Will he do it or not remains to be seen. But if he can really pull that, pull some cat out of the bag, whatever you call it. But if he can really bring a surprise over there, I think that'll be fun to see. So
and it's always fun to have Mourinho. The way he celebrated getting that sixth position last year, last season. But then, but also I saw a lot of Spurs fans. They weren't too happy with the way they were playing initially after the lockdown. So it'll be very interesting to see. Like you said, it could go either way.
On Arsenal did one better on them. They lost out in terms of the position behind them, but they won the FA Cup, so they go straight into the qualifiers. And these guys have to play. These guys have to play qualifiers, and they go straight in knockout. So that's fun to see always.
Yeah,
rubbing salt on Tottenham wounds is something that an Arsenal fan will always enjoy.
True. But now moving on, two teams which were probably the surprises of last season, played excellent football. They're going head-to-head in the first fixture, their first fixtures, Sheffield versus Wolves.
And these both teams are incredible. I am, like we've discussed a couple of the other teams as well, but I'm really, really looking forward to this Wolves team. I think that they have what it takes to be in the top 6 with the way they've been performing over the past season. They've gotten a couple of guys. Their manager is amazing. I think they're only getting better. And I think that this Wolves team is a team to watch out for. This is my kind of team to watch out for this season, sort of. So Sheffield's been great too, but I think that they will struggle against this very strong Wolves side, and Wolves will go on to win this game. I think 2-0 to Wolves.
2-0 to Wolves. Yeah, I think my boy Raul Jimenez is going to score a brace. Even I'm going 2-0 Wolves. Yeah. I really like to watch this team. I think they're a good team to watch, very well organized. They've done a brilliant job since they come to the Premier League. So I think they'll want to push again, like for that top 4. Like they might not get it, but they're very close last year. They'll probably go again, and they'll spring some surprises. So it'll be interesting to see.
This is going to be a fun-filled EPL, man. There's going to be a lot of good games.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch. Just hoping everything goes smoothly, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And the last game for this game week, Brighton versus shopping spree Chelsea, man. Shopping bags for it's crazy.
It's just unbelievable, the guys that they've got in. I just don't know. They just went
we just have to see how they will gel, how quickly they will gel. But they're all top quality signings.
Incredibly top quality. But I have a slightly unpopular opinion over here, and a lot of the Chelsea guys probably don't like me for this. But I have a feeling Chelsea will struggle this season. This is the only, and towards only the first half of the season. They'll come back strong in the second half of the season.
Because of the gelling period.
That's the gelling period. I just don't think it's a complete revamp. They have 4 or 5 new players that will play in the first game. They have the likes of Silva, Chilwell, Havertz, who else? Ziyech, and then Werner. These are 5 players that will make the top. Will make their starting 11, and this is a completely new team that has never played together. With the likes of people who've done well. Of course, there's Tammy. I mean, he might not make the turn, but then there's Kovacic, and then there's Kepa has been susceptible, but I think they're gonna go with him. So there's
and the American
Pulisic,
star,
of course.
Pulisic,
of course, Pulisic will go through. So I just think that Kepa is a big problem for them, and continues to be, and we'll have to see how many of those points that they might lose because of that situation. But this team will take some time to gel. I'm not saying that they'll take too much, but they might struggle in the first half of the season, and then they'll pull it together, because I think Frank Lampard will really be a hard taskmaster, and he'll be able to really bring that team out. But if I just think that they'll be slow off the blocks, and that's why I'm going to go with a 1-1 Brighton draw. 1-1 draw.
You're going with 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
I mean, there's both ways. I completely agree with all your points. I think that it could be very much that what you said, slow off the blocks. But I'm just saying, like, in this day and age, there's so many games going on. There's, I know there wasn't any preseason, but they've played football games, and these guys are, the players they've signed, they're high quality players, right? So, yes, it'll be difficult adjusting to the Premier League. That'll be very important. But at the same time, I think that gelling should be a bit easier. But a lot of the pressure will be on Lampard. He'll have to get that sorted, and in those practice sessions and everything, he needs to get that gelling going. So it'll be very interesting to see
if they can get off to a flyer. I think they have a very, very good chance to
because like you said, if it was just like a Warner, it would have been you could have they could be title challengers and there, if they already had a set squad, but you're getting 5 players, right? So, and they've all played in different leagues. Premier League is completely different. But at the same time, if you flip your argument, these are all highly talented players. They're paid brilliantly. They have the skill. So gelling shouldn't be an issue, but you never know in football. So it could go either way. But I think there'll be a lot of pressure on them. So I'm saying 2-1 Chelsea win. I think it'll be a tight game, but I think there'll be a lot of pressure, and Lampard will want to start off really strong and make that statement that we're here, we're going to challenge.
And if they can get off to a flyer, like we discussed, I mean, they definitely have what it takes to challenge for the title with the likes of Liverpool and City that are already up there.
Yeah, definitely. So you're going with 1-1, and I'm going with 2-1 Chelsea.
That's my second surprise out there.
Yeah,
after the Liverpool and Leeds.
Yeah, Liverpool was more shocking for me because it wasn't that you weren't looking at weaknesses; you were just thinking Leeds is going to kill it, like, you know. So
that's just what I'm coming out of.
I'm not underestimating Leeds in terms of, like, I feel that they will stay up as well, but I don't know, man. You're playing the best team in England, like, so.
And I wouldn't be 100. I wouldn't be 1%. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they get tonked 4-0 or something like that. But because like all the people talking,
and you know, I agree with you, but, like, you know, it'll be very interesting to see. Like you said, we've heard a lot about them. So if they do get even a point, then all eyes will be on Leeds, and, like,
absolutely.
I think it'll be very interesting. I think we've covered everything. If you have any final thoughts, let me know. But it was great having you on the show.
No, just one of the other things that is usually one of the newly promoted sides kind of have more to, like, you know, kind of show that they've arrived, sort of, and that's going to be in that. I mean, Liverpool has a lot to play for too, because they have to, like, retain the challenge, their title and everything. It's just something that I just, you know, it's a gut feeling sometimes that comes through that might just happen. So it's just one of those. But I think just very, very excited for the Premier League to start back again, and looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on, and I'll see you next week, and take care and have a good night.
Yep.